Alright, so today I'll be showing you how to make your replays look smooth and how to edit them cleanly. But before we start this video, 93% of you who watch the videos are not subscribed. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs soon so I can buy a PC, so it'd really help me out if you could hit that sub button. But do not like and sub yet. Wait till you watch the video, and only like and sub if you learn something off of this video. If we get 50 likes on this video, I'll drop a tutorial on how I edited that. If I showed you how to edit that video in this one, it would be way too long, so I'm saving it for a different video. This video is strictly on how I get my replays smooth and how I get my replays and my process. Alright, so I'm going to go into my replays, and I'm going to go to my first clip, which is this one right here. I'm going to press play and confirm. Alright. Now that I'm in, I'm going to wait in my creative until I start the game so nothing bugs. So I'm just going to wait here until I start the game. Boom. I just started the game. You can hear that because it counted down and the sound. Alright, and my clip is at the end of this. So how I'm going to do this, I have one clip in this replay. So I am going to go to the very end of this, which is going to be this button right here. Click it, and I'm just going to go back a few seconds until I get my clip. Alright, so I found my clip. I'm going to show you the clip right now. Okay, that's the clip, and tip number 1 is to always visualize what you want before you do it. If you do not visualize or you do not get any inspiration before you start your edit, it will look not smooth at all. So my favorite, I'm going to be using the song Space Dash for this video. My favorite Space Dash montages, I know MILLIAM made one and 12th Hour made one. I'm going to leave their links in the description so you can watch them. I'm going to be using that for inspiration for this video. So I'm going to go to this. Play it. Alright, right here. I am going to go to fully visible HUD. And I'm going to slow this down all the way to 0.1%. How you do that is you go down on the D-pad until you can't anymore on 0.1%. We're going to play it. And right here is where I'm going to do my replay. So I was watching a little bit of inspiration, and I like this effect that I saw MILLIAM do. And my analog stick is moving a little bit too quick right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press X. On PS4, I'm pretty sure it will be square. I'm going to press X a few times till my drone speed is at 5%, 0.5%. So I'm just going to position this. The effect that I'm going to be doing is going to look like something like that. It's going to go out, and then it's going to go back in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to practice the movement a few times before I actually do it. Just get the hang of it. Out, in. Alright, now I'm starting to get the hang of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push in the left stick until I find fully hidden HUD. Right there. That's all it is. Fully hidden HUD. And now, I'm going to do this a few times. Okay. Okay, those were all pretty good. I always do a few of them just in case the recording messes up, just in case a clip does not work, just in case it lags, and just in case I do not like it. So I always do like about 2 or 3 extra replays just in case. So that is my first replay for my first clip. And now I'm going to edit that in. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do transition replays. A transition replay is when you do replays to transition to the next clip. So, for example, my first transition replay is going to be me pumping the shotgun back. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to put it on fully visible HUD so I can see everything, and I'm going to put it on drone attach. And then this is a little too quick for me right now, so I'm going to press X again, square on PS4, and it's going to go to drone speed 0.25. Alright, and I'm just going to go to an angle that I like, and fully hidden HUD. Make sure you are always on 0.1%. You go down on the D-pad as far as you can, so you can go as slow as you can. We always want it to look as smooth as it can. We're going to press left stick in until we find fully hidden HUD right there, and we're going to press play. And down. Okay. And why I went down is because for the next replay, I'm going to be coming up. Like this. So so I'm going to be coming up. So when I edit it, it's going to be going like this, and then it's going to come back up. It's going to look cool. Alright, now we're going to go back a few seconds. And we're going to put it in normal speed so it can render. Play it. Right here, pause it, and go to 0.1%. Down on that. Alright, right there looks cool. So, then, I'm going to do this a few times. Since this cinematic is going to be a pause, I can do this as many times as I want, because I never have to play it. I never have to go back. So I can do this as many times. That one looked a little scuffed, so we're going to do it again. That one was better. And you can always do a few variations like this. Or on the other side. Alright, that one was my best one yet. Alright, just like that. Now that is my second replay. So ahead of time, this was me ahead of time. I was thinking about this. I was like, alright, what would look good? So after my first clip, I was like, you know what? For my transition replays, I'm gonna do 3 replays. I got my shotgun reload, which was the one right here. I got my death cinematic, and I'm gonna do one more, which is gonna be a first person. First person is one of the most asked questions I got. So I had to put this one in, and we're gonna go back a few seconds, and I'm gonna show you how to do first person replay. For first person, you want to be in drone attach, and probably put the drone speed on slower, and we can just go this in full percent so it can render. And right where you want it, we're gonna go all the way down to 0.1%. And before I shoot my shotgun, I'm gonna pause it right here. And you always want to be a little higher than you think, because when you shoot your shotgun goes up. So most people would go right here, but if you went right here, your shotgun would go out of frame. So I'm gonna actually go all the way up here. I'm gonna go all the way up here. Drone attach and fully hidden HUD. Make sure it is on the slowest it can be, 0.1%. Make sure your fully hidden HUD disappears in the bottom left-hand corner before you actually go. Alright. That one was pretty good, but I'm just gonna do it a few more times. I think that one was a little bit too high. So I'm just gonna redo that one real quick. We go down to 0.1%. Alright. That last one was a little too high, so I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Right here should be perfect. Maybe right here. Yep. Fully hidden HUD. Make sure it disappears in the left-hand corner. We do not want that in our clip. Doesn't look good. Alright. Sweet. And just in case I did not like one of my replays, I'm going to do one extra. So I think I'm going to go for this view, and it's going to be me shooting my shotgun. So I'm going to go back a few more seconds, and we're going to go to full percent so we can render. Alright, perfect. And then we're going to pause it. Go to 21%. Play. And before my shot, I am going to pause it so I can get the right angle I want. I think I'm going to do it from this angle. Okay. Right here. I think right here would be better. Alright, so now that I know, I processed that, make sure. Now, what I'm going to do is, so when I was doing that, I was on this piece of the wood. So now that I know, next time when I'm in the replay, I can go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can go down to the 6th one and hover right over that. Right here. Alright, so now we're going to go back a few seconds now that I know what I'm going to do. I know what angle I'm going to do. I know where I'm going to be. So we're going to go to full percent. So we can render. Boom. Alright. Slow it down. So now we're just going to count the pieces of wood now. We at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th. So I was right here. And I'm going to hover over it. And we're going to go to fully hidden HUD. And we are going to press play. Sweet. I actually really like the way that looks. And those were my 3 replays, and I did 4 just in case I did not like one. A few tips to make your replays look smoother, like smoother as your gameplay, is to have a controller. If you don't have a controller, that's fine. You can do it with a mouse, but I highly suggest, like if you play keyboard and mouse on console and you have a controller, I highly suggest doing replay mode on controller. Even MILLIAM, who plays keyboard and mouse, does his replays on controller because he has 360 movement. I could sit here and do circles all day. But if you're on keyboard and mouse, you would have to keep on repositioning your mouse like this, and it would look choppy. So, I suggest using a controller for smoother movement and like easier, smaller movements. Okay. So here's a little touch that I always add to my montages. It's this little intro of me running with the shotgun out, and I picked this little location on my map, which I thought looked cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push down on the D-pad all the way till it's at 0.1%. And then I am going to go press the left stick in 2 times to find fully hidden, or as many times as you need to find fully hidden HUD. We're going to play it. We're just going to find an angle that we like. I think a little closer would be good. Right here looks good. Bring it up a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, and now I changed the angle because it's going to go on beat with the song I'm going to use, which is Space Dash. But for beginners, I just suggest using this angle right on this side and just keeping it this because it still looks nice. A few takeaways to take away from this video is to number one, just be patient. It'll take time. You don't become a pro editor overnight. It'll take a while. Don't expect your of editing to go perfectly. Don't have high expectations. Just kind of go with the flow. Now, tip number two is to always visualize your replays, always visualize your edit before you make it. A way you can help visualize is to find some editors that you like and use them as inspiration, not copy them. It's not good to copy people, but using them for inspiration is completely fine. Every good editor has inspiration. So that's my next tip. Alright, tip number three is to have your own style. This will kind of come with time. As you start editing, you'll start developing your own style. But this kind of goes along with tip number two, which is for inspiration, find other editors. So you don't want to copy them, but if you find a replay that you really like from someone, you can use it and you can add your own twist. That's your own style. That's what it is. Just adding your own twist to things. Adding your own twist to something you find cool. Tip number five is to just have fun with it. Don't feel like you have to do it. Do it because you want to. This isn't something that you have to do. This is just something that's fun to do. And if you think like that, if you think with a positive mindset like that, your edits will be much better and you'll be much more patient. So most of all, just have fun, stay strong with it, be patient, have confidence, and yeah. If you guys enjoyed the video or learned anything, consider leaving a like or subscribing. It would mean a lot to me. Also, if you have ideas, any other suggestions for videos, like any more tutorials, leave them down in the comments and I'll be sure to get on them.